We've looked at several items from the Kingston's HyperX division, such as the great SSD series along with other flash storage media. But if you only thought Kingston was about computer memory and data storage, then you might be surprised to have learned that Kingston had released a serious gaming headset. Welcome to IFTI's Tech Corner, where today we'll be looking at the Kingston HyperX Cloud Gaming Headset. The HyperX Cloud isn't the first headset Kingston has brought to the market, and this particular model is the result of a collaboration with Swedish peripheral maker QPAD, and represents a substantial jump in quality over its predecessor. The headset itself comes in a smart red and grey box covered with images of the Cloud headset. Since HyperX is breaking away into its own gaming brand, notice how the box displays the HyperX brand in all its glory, but the word Kingston is nowhere to be found. Nevertheless, sporting a generous 2-year manufacturer warranty, let's take a closer look. Kingston really wants to make you feel like a pro with the HyperX Cloud. The shoebox-like inner packaging makes for a fairly elaborate presentation. Underneath the lid of the box is a friendly introduction by the HyperX General Manager, Anders Wilhelmsson. The contents of the package shout quality, with a well-padded foam interior firmly holding an array of accessories along with the headset itself. Under a pull-out cover we have some additional accessories, including a 3.5mm audio splitter cable used for consoles and even with your smartphone or tablet devices, and a 2-meter audio extension cable. Within the foam padding itself we have the detachable microphone, complete with foam windshield already attached, a small airline adapter, an inline control box with volume and hold controls, and finally the headset itself, complete with a pair of extra ear covers. Finally, before you place the packaging to one side, don't forget your mesh carry pouch, neatly hidden within the removable cover. The Kingston HyperX Cloud is a full-sized headset with closed-back ear cups, sporting a sleek and visually pleasing overall design. The aluminum headband incorporates a very soft foam padding for complete comfort, covered by stitched leather, and sporting the HyperX branding across the top. The red stitching complements the otherwise black leather design exceptionally well. It's subtle, but looks good. The headband has a gentle clamping force but has a good deal of elasticity and can twist to a substantial degree. The headband itself is adjustable by approximately 36mm on either side, and connects to each ear cup at a hinge as well as an external audio cable. Rather substantial in size in order to cover your ear, each ear cup sports a brushed aluminum decorative plate with the HyperX logo, whereas the rest of the ear cup is made from a plastic with a soft rubberized coating. Within each cup you'll find 53mm drivers, the largest I've seen in a headset to date, surrounded by leather-covered memory foam ear pads, which are the default on the HyperX Cloud. Nevertheless, an alternative pair of Vela ear pads are included and can be swapped on. The left ear cup features a non-detachable audio cable around 100cm in length, featuring a higher quality braided cable down to that dual 3.5mm audio plugs. If that wasn't long enough, a further 2-meter extension cable is included within the package, although note that this is of a standard plastic finish and is not braided to match the headset cable itself. Talking of cabling, inserting the audio connectors into the top of the optional control box adds a further 1 meter of length. Again, we have a high quality braided cable throughout. The plastic control box itself sports more of a soft fill rubberized coating. Sporting the HyperX branding, it does add volume controls to one side, a hold switch on the other, and a mute button in between. I would have preferred the control box to be closer to the actual headset, however, rather than trailing at the end of the headset cable. Nevertheless, back to the headset itself, a plastic plug, complete with the discrete QPAD branding, is in place to hide the opening where the detachable microphone is inserted. Simply push the microphone into place and it sits nice and firm. The approximately 6-inch long microphone assembly has a flexible boom which should be adjusted due to the cardioid pickup pattern of the microphone. The noise-cancelling condenser microphone found at the end of the very flexible boom features a windscreen at the end. The flexibility of the microphone boom is excellent and is one of the best I've used. The microphone can be placed exactly where you want it, and more importantly, it stays there. First impressions of the HyperX Cloud are nothing short of excellent, from the packaging to the headset and through to the included extras. The headset is a joy to look at and appears to be well engineered, with all the materials being used of a very high standard. Everything about the HyperX Cloud headset seems to shout quality. However, more importantly, how does it perform? Whether it's for music, movies, or gaming, the easiest way to describe the audio performance of the HyperX Cloud is excellent, as good as any headset that I've heard. In fact, I think I might say it's the best stereo-based headset that I have heard to date. Why is somewhat more difficult to describe. There's no surround sound, no virtual surround sound, no software and no sound processor. What this means is that there's very little in the way between your sound card and the 53mm drivers at the ends of the cable. There's real depth in the sound too. Each individual sound can be heard as though the sounds have been layered on top of one another. The bass reproduction is also good, giving enough punch to give explosive sounds and impact, but not enough to recreate deep rumbles. It's not outstanding, but again I think that's a good thing, as overpowering bass in a headset can just drown everything else out. Crank up the volume and the HyperX Cloud copes well. In fact, the sound takes on a more edgier note, bringing the headset to life even more. At high volumes, there's no real sign of distortion either, thanks to those massive 53mm drivers. The closed back design of the air cups also do a good job of keeping the sound in and ambient noise out. When it comes to gaming, performance is good, but it lacks positional audio. Not much simulated distance can be heard, and it was sometimes difficult to place the source of a sound in a 3D environment. For those who couldn't care less about that or prefer a more immersive audio experience, the HyperX Cloud produces lively and explosive sound that's suitable for story-driven games, platformers, and isometric view games. The microphone is capable of receiving speech with pretty decent quality. There was some distortion that slightly lowered pitch, but there was no impact that made voice sound tinny. The boom itself is very flexible, ensuring the mic can be placed not only close to your mouth, but it stays put. The foam windscreen also filters out some unwanted noise. It's an overall great design, with good pickup resulting in next to no interference or hiss. With the padded headband and the choice of leather or velour air surrounds, comfort is a strong point in the HyperX Cloud. Gamers can rest assured that these stay in place for hours on end with little to no discomfort. My only main issue with the overall design is reaching for the control box can be a little tricky at times, since it's at the end of the headset cable. If you're about to cough or sneeze while gaming, it can be tricky to get to that mute switch, and it's sometimes easier just to temporarily unplug the headset altogether. The Kingston HyperX Cloud is situated on the high-end segment for headphones, costing around $90 shipped from Amazon. It's hopefully the first of many products from new dedicated gaming brand HyperX, and there's no doubt about it, it's a damn good debut product. The headset was beautifully packaged, and the box contains a whole host of additional accessories. But it's really all about how it sounds, and it's in that department that the HyperX Cloud scores extremely well, being one of the finest sounding headsets that I've heard. The bass level is very good, without being over the top. The higher ends are great and can send a shiver down the spine, but luckily this doesn't come at the expense of the mid-range, which is all present and correct, proving that those 53mm drivers are more than capable of the job. Comfort is also extremely good. You put this headset on your head and you'll probably not want to take it off again. Also helped with the two included air cushion types, one velour and the pre-fitted leather. The microphone also works rather well, found at the end of a highly flexible boom. It features great pickup and good noise reduction. HyperX could have nailed it with the Cloud headset. They could have just sorted that control box a little more for better placement though. But what we have in the end is one of the best headsets around, especially at this price point.